Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to the Prison Outreach Program on ShuraTV. We thank the Shura Council for providing this opportunity where we can share with you the journey, the story of the men and women who have come home after being incarcerated, as well as opportunities to hear from Muslim chaplains, administrators and corrections about ways in which our community can be able to better serve our brothers and sisters inside as well as those who come home. Today I am more than excited and pleased and thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for having as a guest our brother Abdul who can share the beauty of his story in the sense in this pandemic situation, in what it was like and for the men behind the walls. He served 20 years of a life sentence, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through his mercy has brought him home. And I'd just like for him to share with us what it was like when the pandemic, the corona began, inside of the prisons over a year ago, and its effect on him, and how it has led to his ability to now share this beautiful, blessed story. Brother Abdul.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul. I am 68 years old. I was 67 when the coronavirus hit me last year. I was at high risk because I don't have a spleen, diabetic too, and like I said, I was 67 at the time, so I was high risk. When the coronavirus hit us in the prison, I and like the others, we were under the impression that we were in a safe environment because we were in a controlled environment, meaning that before the coronavirus hit real hard, we were not allowed to transport out of the prison, and there was not allowed anyone to come in the prison from other prisons. So the only way that we figured that we could get it is if the correctional officers brought it in, because guests were not allowed to come in. At the time, no visits. So I, like the others, we felt that we were safe. Next thing we know, a couple of people started going to the hospital, inmates started going to the hospital. We were not given masks or anything to help us, prevent from getting it. And we were told that the COs, correctional officers, were being tested before they came into the prison. Temperatures and stuff like that. And if they had a high temperature, they wouldn't be allowed in. Consequently, that was not the case. And I happened to be covering up my vent, and next thing I know, I had passed out and was on the floor. And my cellmate was like, what's going on? But I did not know. I didn't have a temperature, nothing, and we didn't say anything. Then it happened again when that I passed out. You know, we were on lockdown. At first we were not allowed to come out the cell. They would bring us our food till they got tired of that. And I passed out going to get my food one time. And I went to the hospital. They said I was dehydrated and I needed to drink so many gallons of water a day. And then when we went out for showers, I was standing in front of a inmate cell talking to him and passed out again. And they came and put me in a wheelchair and took me to the infirmary. And a couple hours later, they took me to the gate where they normally bring us in or take us out and put me in the ambulance and took me to Lombok Hospital. This was April the 3rd. And make a long story short, I went from bad to worse. And by April the 10th, I was transported to Santa Barbara Medical Center. I was on a ventilator while I was being transported. And I stayed from there from April the 3rd till June 19th. While there, I was not conscious that I was in Santa Barbara until sometime in May. And at that time, it's a long story, I can tell you this, but I was on a ventilator, which is life support, and I was unconscious that I was on life support, but I had quite a few hallucinations. That's what I'm looking for. I had quite a few hallucinations. And to make a long story short, my sister, a couple of my sisters were informed by the prison that they was getting ready to take me off the ventilator and that they would allow them to come and visit me to get their last view. And before that, my sister had put in for a compassionate release to an attorney in Wisconsin, and so that they can receive my body when I expired. So when they came to visit me, like I said, I was unconscious. I didn't even know they was in the room. Well, when they left, the next day, the hospital called my sister and told them that they wasn't going to take me off the ventilator, and I was getting better. And I had to learn how to eat. The first thing they did was I had to learn how to breathe again. So they took me off the ventilator. They put a tray in my throat. I had to learn how to talk. I had to learn how to swallow, walk. First, I had to learn how to stand up again. I had to learn how to do everything over, pretty much. And being on a ventilator for a long period of time, your limbs, they try to find a comfortable position to be in. So when I did come to, my hands was like curled up like this, and now they still haven't straightened out, but you know, they bent. But they're getting better, even though it's been a year. And you know, I had thought that if I ever got out, you know, I had a friend that do carpentry work. I can't do that because I can't even make a fist. So I couldn't hold the hammer, because I can hold the hammer, but if I do get the hammering, that hammer's getting ready to fly out my hand. So, but, you know, bottom line, Allah is the best of planners, and here I am. I got released from the hospital. They gave me 2 weeks for rehabilitation from Santa Barbara Hospital, and rehabilitation centers, excuse me. And before I left, I could only walk like half. I can go half. If to walk around the whole block, I can only walk half around that block. Today, alhamdulillah, I've been doing up like the 7 miles, and I can go on for real. I don't get tired. And when I came to in that hospital, the first thing the nurses said was I was a miracle. I had no idea what they were talking about, because I had no idea I had been in a coma.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Try tapping above to edit.
So, you know, like the brother said, I had did 20 years already. I had a life sentence, and the courts constantly denying my appeals. And Allah blessed me to be here today with my family, the Muslim brothers and sisters out here. And, you know, we really don't have long on this video. You know, this story is really long. My journey is really long. While I was in prison, I met a lot of good brothers there. And a lot of good brothers coming into the prison, such as Abdul, Hafiz, the Imam. We call him Imam Hafiz. And I've been knowing him for years. I met him back in, had to be 2005. And he came, I was in that water. And he's always helped us, but he always came and told us about what was happening out in the world and what they were trying to do to help the brothers inside the prisons. You know, books, and oils and things that we was asking for. The prison officials, a lot of things that we asked for, they feel that we don't need them. So it's a lot of things that we do need, such as books. For some reason, they're hard to get in. Oils, they're hard to get in. Things that we used to be able to get are hard to get in prison.
Let me ask you, what are some of the things you think that would benefit the brothers, inside the community, especially as they're preparing to come home? What are some of the things you think that, we could do better?
Well, information, more, if possible, more programs, more like housing. Like I had an issue when I got out where I was going to go, and I ended up at an in-law's house, and that didn't work out. And then I ended up in a sober living, and my roommate was a drug addict. They never stopped, and then the house was had bed bugs, so that got to the point where I had to leave, and then I ended up in the shelter. I couldn't, due to the coronavirus, I couldn't find you. I had to find out where the Muslims were, and only found one place, which was around the corner, and they prayed every day. So I was doing my prayers, but then I had to stop due to the bed bugs. So, Muslims had their own boarding care places, or so when Muslims get out, they have a place to go. That would have been a big help, because you got to deal with other people's beliefs and stuff, and we need to come to our brothers, and our brothers need to extend their hands and their love for their brother. You love for your brother, but you love for yourself. So that's the way that worked. But that was one of the things that I really missed, because I had to go this way. Meet these people, they had good intentions, but the Muslim want to be with the Muslims. I do. I want to be with my Muslims.
Jazakallah khairan for listening to this wonderful story from Abdul Wadud, and for your support over these 10 years that the Prison Outreach Program has been here. The community has been there, and we continually need your support. So please, I appeal to you to help us be able to provide Qur'ans and kufis and niqabis and hijabs and materials for the brothers and sisters on the inside, as well as, as we strive to do better at being available as they come home, that we can be able to help them become stable, to become secure and placed, in an environment where the Muslims are there. So thanks to ShuraTV, thanks for the Shura Council for this program. Please follow us with this opportunity to learn a little bit more about the men and women on the inside in the way in which they carry themselves, and this faith gets them through their difficult and dark moments with the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khairan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.